Yeah, the black spot. One part over.
Mama, look. It doesn't even have another engine.
Well, we'll have to see what they do. I don't know how they do that.
Good boy?
Two whistles is forward, even though the engine is facing backwards. We are going forward. So 2 whistles forward, 3 is back, 1 is stop.
Like Hills was originally founded to serve these ambitious prospectors. Gold line camps on the sides of these countries were in 1875. Keystone was founded until the turn of the century. Today, Keystone is
But if you see something, point it out to your neighbors so they can see it also. They don't always stand still for the whole train to go by. Wild roses are blooming. Hot pinks in the running brake test at 1, 2, 2, 7, 2, 2, release. Make sure we get Ted and Abe, this is how they look first. Because they're carved out of hardy granite.
In the late 70s, the train was used in a made-for-TV movie entitled Orphan Train. The 1880 train has been featured in a music video called Night Train and in a CMT special. It was also used in the filming of a Steven Spielberg TV miniseries entitled Into the West.
Also to the right, you're going to see a new house they're building. Right beyond the house is a garage that's been there forever. I like it. It has 2 large rocks. This pleasant open meadow is also nicknamed Leaky Valley. Many natural springs in the meadow come together at the end of it, and they form Battle Creek, which we go over beside, away from Keystone. The next to go along, John in the box is going to talk about the train setters station in the city. You see it as a Dakota Station will be on the left, right by the roundhouse. And you'll be able to see it then. Just about at the end of this meadow.
These cars for the Oregon Electric Railway in 1913. Later, the cars were. It was modified as an observation coach for Lockheed Central in 1998. Coach number 140, Mystic, was also rebuilt as an observation car in 1999. Coach number 10800, William, is one of the most interesting cars that were used by the Chicago and Northwestern Railway. It is called a Drovers Railway. Ranchers and stockholders of the company and their cattle and shipment to the market used Drovers cars ahead of the regular way car or caboose. The Black Hill Central.
if you're sitting on the left-hand side, and as your train park, to the right, you see the white farmhouse across the road, and there's a four building with concrete. So here we are off the beach. We got to cross over Little Palmer Creek.
I only put my hair.
And we've been seeing quite a few deer, so keep a lookout on our route because it was put in for mining purposes and it should be mining today. And it looks like a road. There would have been rails on that road as the railroad spurred into that mining mine. About a half mile, the big brown house that's on the railroad spur is for sale. The numbers on this goes back to British nautical days when the Queen was on board ship. It was down that Whistle Harbor, so she had the right of way. Trains adopted it, so we have the right of way.
How they always have the top floor. I imagine a house like that. It's like this.
Suppose you just got on a Keystone, we will go down the hill a bit faster, then you'll come back up on your trip. Come on. The little creek you see by it is called Spring Creek. If you get to travel on Highway 389 north, you go by Sheridan Lake. Well, Spring Creek is right next to Sheridan Lake. is all that. Now in our depot yard, we have the snack bar, they talked about it, a covered deck. We have the restroom building and the depot building, many nice kid bedrooms in there. Downtown is also 1 block away. If you remember something about your board, you're welcome to. As you come to the station, on the right-hand side is our oldest steam engine. Number 7 is a 1919 Baldwin Locomotive, originally coal-fired, converted oil, so we can use it on this line. It's the one with the tender behind, and it can just pull 4 cars. It looks great out there. You can actually walk over by it. Now on the left, you see our roundhouse, the square round building, and out in front of it, you'll see that red train car they talked about, the Drover's Way car. Also, you'll see Diesel 63, the 1956 GP9. Again, everyone leaving us, thank you so much. Do look at we get off on the right-hand side from each train car. If you're in the front car, you walk to the back. If you're in the back car, you walk to the front. There are stairs on the right-hand side. Yes, they're very steep. Use the handrail. Wait for us to put a metal step stool down the line, otherwise the last step could be quite a doozy. And as you do get out of your seat, if you pull the brass handle on the top, back, aisle side of the back of the seat back goes the other direction, and we'll be ready for our ride to Keystone. So I appreciate the help. Thank you. Do stay seated. They stop before the highway because the rail ends. Never at exactly the same place. Wait for that last whistle. Make sure we're stopped. So everybody, we reboard again at 1 o'clock and leave at 1:15. There's our whistle. Here we are in Hill City.
On the right, you can see some of our other equipment and the engine house. And you can see how Engine 7's pointing across the highway at the track that used to go to Deadwood. The whistle you just heard is the first crossing signal in this direction. Two toots, two long toots, a short one and a long one. That's a crossing.
In 1875, Hill City was one of the first settlements in the Black Hills. It moved in the 1880s as the headquarters for a massive tin mining and manufacturing, and later as a junction point for the railroad today. And after World War II, lithium was mined in South Dakota.
Starting our concession sales, we've got cold drinks, candy bars, and movie theater style popcorn.
Railroad from Hill City to Keystone served in excess of 60 million lanes, either all around or in the Keystone area. Some were lesser and some were hardwood. The Black Hills was an inch inland seabed that had 1,000 or more feet of sediment down.
A lot of the people who lived in this immediate area formed what they called the Abbey.
The view to your right is dominated by Black Elk Peak, formerly named Purdy Peak, a large mountain with a stone fire at the top. At 7,244 feet, Black Elk Peak is the highest point in the Black Hills and the tallest mountain in the U.S. east of the Rockies.
The next voice you're going to hear belongs to Rick.
Trains hauled us to our homes. Many tons of gold ore to the mill, goods from the catalog houses of the East, thousands of head of cattle to market, even the dynamite will carry rails to Keystone to help carve Mount Rushmore. If you would like to learn more about the history of the railroads in the Black Hills, please ask your train host or hostess about the 1880 train guidebook, your complete reference to your trip on the 1880 train. After your ride on the train, visit the gift shops at either the Hill City or Keystone depots for more history books and gifts related to our common America to the Black Hills. These days, it is to explore the Black Hills on this grand old train, the famous 1880 train.
We're almost at the bottom of the hill here. We have a blind crossing coming up. Traffic approaching from the left can't see us until they're right on top of us. So the next stretch of our train ride gives us a little break. We're going to level off here in a pleasant open meadow for the next part of the trip. This meadow is known as Leaky Valley. Leaky because of springs that come up and help form Battle Creek, which we will follow all the way down to Keystone. Down in the box is going to give you some information about the different engines we have on our railroad. We have several operating ones, including one that's new and being restored. It's very old, I should say, but it's new to the business. And Don's going to give you some information about them all.
An assortment of vintage rolling stock from numerous railroads around the country has been assembled at the 1880 train. An interesting combination of locomotives, passenger, freight, and maintenance cars have called Hill City home since the 1950s. We have a fleet of steam locomotives. The first is engine number 7, a 262 with tenure built by Baldwin Locomotive Works for the Ozan Graysonia Company. The 7 came from northern Arkansas in 1962. Next is engine number 104. It is a 262T tank engine that was built by Baldwin Locomotive Works in 1926 for the Silver Falls Timber Company in Oregon, and the engine and the mechanical crew of the BHC was completed in the spring of 2001. Number 1 108 was purchased by Black Hills Central Railroad in 2016 from the Northwest Railway Museum.
Upthrust pushed this area high above the surrounding prairie. Now, unlike the volcanoes we've been seeing in the news lately from Hawaii and Guatemala, this volcanic material did not erupt. Instead, it cooled underneath the rocks that were already here over many centuries and formed the granite that you see off to the left. Then, millions of more years, the sedimentary rock that was above this granite eroded away and the granite came into view. All of the tall peaks in the central Black Hills are made of that same granite, including Black Elk Peak and Elkhorn, which you saw from the train, and other famous peaks that you probably will see there. Crazy Hills, Mount Rushmore, to name two. That cross was placed up there decades ago for the folks at Baptist Camp Judson.